Hi there. This is an episode 91 of Fort Williams, City Skylines Fort Williams. I'm doing this just to show off the Standing Stones parks, which are all along this line here by the water. And then we'll put that on workshop. Okay, I'm dropping down into first person here. Whoa, right on the edge. Okay. And we'll just go up here and take a look at the Standing Stones parks. This is what you get when you put them all together and have, I guess I should turn it on so people can start walking, huh? When you have this all together, oh, that was police officers that were out there. Interesting. Okay. And you tag it together, tag each of your park areas together with these long paths. This is what you wind up with. And you can see it makes a nice park, just, single file, and with a little water on one side and houses and tall buildings in the background on the other side. It makes a nice little park for people to wander through. I think it's the in episode 90 I couldn't figure out why there were no people in my parks. Well, I have figured it out. Part of that time I didn't have the game turned on so people could move around, and the other part of the time that I was looking for people in the parks, it was like this time of day here, everyone is at school or at work, and the only person you're likely to see in here right now is maybe a tourist. Good example, like this fellow right here that's coming up. See, this guy's a tourist, and they're the only people you see in the parks during the middle of the day when everybody's at work or the kids are all at school. So you just don't see a whole lot of people in there then. See, you've got two tourists right there, and that's all you see is tourists this time of day. But this is what the park looks like in pieces when you put them all together. Just slap all your pieces together and this is what you get. Nice, big, long park. And the Standing Stones are pretty nice looking. They make a nice statement, I think. Okay, I'm going to show you, I'm going to pop up here and I'm going to show you how this was put together. Popping out of first person, jumping up to take a look at the park from a distance, and you will see that we have, well, it looks like I've taken just one piece of the park, which was the 16R5D, which means 16 squares on tiles on the road, 5 tiles deep. So that's pretty much all I have there. Over here we've got the little one, which is 2 on the road, 5 deep. And I think this is another the same thing. And in between them you'll notice, if I don't, okay, between this park, see if I can get down here a little bit closer so we can see the blue highlighting. Okay, so between this park in blue and this park in blue, you see a lot of pathways. They're all done with this landscaping tool. Get it to pop open. And then over here on this tab, the paths pool. And in this one I was using the cement paths, which I think they call pavement path. Okay, so that's how you get to the area to use the paths. Are in between the road and this park, or this park and this park, or this park and this park. You can see these little roads going everywhere. And then over here there's this park which I slapped down next to this park. But originally, I'll just take this out and show you, it didn't have this road piece. It had these two parks were in here, but they had no road. So you go to landscape, you go to the paths, you click on the which path you want. In this case, I want the pavement path, and then you just go up here and click once and drag it over and click again, and you've got a path that goes all the way through. Now that's how all this was done. Between these parks, like between this one and this one, you'll notice that there's a little tiny blank space. And then in between this one and this one and this one and this one, there are a lot of little blank spaces. And if you take them like this and slap them right up against each other, like these two, then sometimes their paths match up. You don't have to put anything in there. Just like, let's see, this one and this one has a path between it. Yep, and then we have these. And then this one, they all have a path between them. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm trying to show it to you, but see, now this one I tried to slap two of them up against each other. Didn't quite make it, but luckily there's a little tiny connection there, so people can still walk through. Okay, so that's how this was done. And then over here, and that's one way you can do it. And then over here, get up far enough to where I can see what I'm doing. Okay, in the University Nightlife District, I used that same set of parks, just like I did before, but I backed them up on both sides of the roads, backed up to each other. Can you, I don't know if I'm getting up close enough to where people can see in a video. Okay, so there's one there, and there's one here, and there's one here, and there's one here. In between them, there are these roads right here that I put in the same way I did the other ones. And I did that all the way along here. Okay. So that you get this nice long park running between the commercial buildings. And when you do that, you get, see if this guy's going to turn around and go back the other way. Nope, he isn't. Okay, so I'm going to have to drop down and be my own sim here in order to show you this park. So if you want to go along this park here, and if you're a sim, you're just going to walk through it like so. Just like this guy ahead of us is doing. Okay. This fella here is walking through it. Again, tourists this time of day mostly. And this is what the parks look like from down in the park. Nice counterpart to those big commercial buildings, kind of separate them out a little bit. Our friend's leaving the park over there. Okay, so we'll just take a little quick stroll through this one. So you can see what it looks like. And they're all pretty much the same park with this crisscross path in between them, and I'm not going to try and follow it because I'm not very good at that. But you can see how it's a nice break from all of the commercial buildings. If you had commercial buildings on both sides, it just wouldn't be this open and nice looking. And we've got a lot of shoppers out there going somewhere. A lot of people from the university come over here. University Town's just over the hill in this game. As those of you who play with the game a lot would know. Okay, let's see if we can grab this lady here Not sure where she's headed, but we'll go find her. There she is. I got out of my first person mode, and hopefully she's gonna take a little stroll here. They walk on the paths much better than I do. I'm a little jerky and I get off the path sometimes. But this is what it looks like to the sim who's walking through it. Nice, huh? Just wanted to let everybody know what they would be getting if they, if they went in and got all of these park pieces and just put a few of them together. Don't even have to use all of them. I just have them in there in case you need them. And our little sim is working her way out here, so get out of her. See if I can turn around. Oh, no. Popped me out. Okay. So that's what you can, one of the many things you can do with the Standing Stones parks. And because that's the only thing I have this episode going for, that's going to be the end of our episode this time, even though it's very short. Hang with me. You're going to get a nice surprise, guys. Beautiful surprise, I hope, for all of you who are watching this video, and a few more vids. I just have to show the videos of all the parks first. Okay, that's the end of this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.